Good morning. Thursday, November 30th, last day of November. Christmas is coming, ready or not. Had my coffee today. You guys have your coffee today? Well, I wonder, there we go. Missy, glad you're on here. Everybody's a little slow on coming on today. Who knows? Might be something with my own internet or Facebook. Or sometimes I think that, well, I know that they do something with my video. I don't know if they put it way down at the bottom for people not to see or what, but honestly, I don't care if people don't want to watch. It's that if they're limited, that, how can they get away with that kind of junk and think that that's okay? I mean, I would think, isn't Facebook a publicly traded company now? So, I don't know. Maybe it's not, who knows, but I would think it is. I wouldn't think they'd be able to censor things, but they do, and that's the way of the world, and trying to keep you from preaching the truth. That's happened way before Facebook ever showed up. So, but good morning. No worries. We'll just get the word out one way or the other. God knows. Pray for each other. I know that some are having some health issues, and some are dealing with the flu and the junk that's going on. Some of them have COVID, and I heard that those that are having the COVID issues, that they're having like back issues, kidney issues, and I also have heard that whatever the latest inoculation is, whatever number that is, I have no idea how many boosters we're talking about now, but I've heard that this latest booster is making people sicker than a dog and giving them COVID. So there you have it. So I think I will do my best to keep them from injecting me with dead baby parts. I'm just not going to have a part of that. I guess I'd rather die. I guess I would rather die than think that it's okay to take little babies and cut them up and use them as some scientific experiment in thinking that it's going to extend my life. It's a sickening day, isn't it? So, yep. Anyway, and they're of course doing the scare. Here it comes again. Everybody needs to run away and hide in your house and whatever. And anyway, and then I read this. We got all this junk going on. And in 2022, so not this year, but last year, and I would imagine this year probably even went higher again, there were 49,449 suicides in 2022. 49,449. And so I can't remember now. I think that's like 135 suicides a day that are taking place in our country. And get this, 39,255 of them were boys and men. So we have almost 50,000. 40,000 of those were men and boys. That 10,194 were girls and women. So here we have the you want to talk about a pandemic. I mean, you look at this and you do have to wonder what what causes that, and what is it that brings people to that desperation. And I'm just going to tell you that I don't want to be the cause of that. I don't want people to listen to this devotion, come to our church, or sit down with me and only hear dread and doom. And hey, God says that this world is going to get worse and worse. It's a cursed world, and it has no option. That is what's going to happen. And so we know that, but things don't change for us as believers. We need to keep serving the Lord, because we know we have something better waiting for us. And so whatever takes place here in this crazy world, then we're here to stand for God and tell people about Christ, and to tell people about the love of Christ, and to know that God will take care of his own, and the wicked will be judged, and we need to stand on that. And people are desperate. I mean, we just have all kinds of craziness that is taking place in our country today, and and we have the press who would love to keep you so terrified that you watch them every day and trust them for all of your news. That you have the politicians who glorify themselves and who pump themselves up and and want you to follow them and trust them. And well, you got people that their world is falling down around them, and the number of suicides is astounding. I mean, almost 50,000 people, and I would think that this number, you could actually check on this and make certain by this would be by coroner's reports, and so you would hope that the coroners are are telling the truth on this. And so almost 50,000 people took their lives in 2022 because they're desperate and they find no hope. Well, as believers, guys, we have to tell people that Jesus is the answer, and let them know that there's something good out there. And I don't have to go around mad at everybody, and I don't have to go around mad at those that have chosen to believe the lies of the politicians and the press and whoever else is promoting that junk. And I don't have to be mad at them. I can feel bad for them, and I do, and I feel bad for those that that want to think that some little cardboard mask or some shot developed by a bunch of lunatic scientists that work for some pharmacy who make millions, billions, and billions of dollars, and you want to put your trust and your hope in all of that. And I just feel bad for them, because their world is going to fall down around them too. And Jesus is the answer, and we just need to promote that and stand up and try to stop them from doing some of the crazy things that they're doing, and not finding any hope in that. And it reminded me, I read the last of Psalm 119 today, and look at the very last verse. Psalm 119, 176. I have gone astray like a lost sheep. So David writing this, there have been times in my life when I've been out there wandering around by myself as a sheep. And you think about how dangerous that would be as a sheep. No way to defend themselves whatsoever, and prey to so many other animals that are out there. And he says, I have gone astray like a lost sheep. Seek thy servant, for I do not forget thy commandments. Even though we know that he was out and about, we see that he hasn't forgotten what he needs to be doing, and praise the Lord for that, and come back. Look, come back. I'm telling you that there are times in our lives where we have wandered away, and excuse me, Sorry about that on my voice today. But many have wandered around, and Christ is there. And remember the things that you've been taught. Remember the truth of God's word, and come back and know that God is there, and He'll bring you back, and He'll take you back, and restore you back to where you need to be. And don't listen to all of the trash that's out there. Don't listen to those that are just naysayers all the time. And I get tired of both sides of this. I get tired of those who want to cram all this junk down my throat and say you have to do this and in order to stay alive, and you need to listen and obey and trust the science and la 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 la, and I'm really sick of that. Okay. I'm tired of hearing that. I'll trust the Lord. And so, and it goes all the way for the far right extreme that comes out and says that we need to hoard everything and being prepared, like we're going to live like Mad Max and go dig a hole down by the river somewhere and stack all of your goods and freeze dry all your food and hide away all of those things. You know what? I guess if it came down to that, I'd just rather be in heaven. And so I guess I would just rather go to heaven. And I just don't see myself shooting someone that comes up to me that's starving to death and wanting food, and me shooting them because I'm afraid that they're going to take my hoard. I don't need that either. I don't need the negativity to the point where where people are hating each other and so selfish and really both sides are so afraid to die, and they are so afraid that they're going to lose everything that they have. Well, you're better off to just give it away today and live with nothing other than just trusting God for everything. And look, quit letting both sides play you. Both extremes are wicked, okay? Both extremes, neither one care anything about God, and neither side care about you. We need to understand that, and there needs to be a fair balance in our walks as Christians today, and there is no reason, nor is there ever an excuse to stop loving people. And we need to tell people about Jesus. I don't care. I mean, there is so much ungodliness out there that we have to fight. I don't know. You think about it. Garth Brooks and his wife, I don't remember her name. They sang at Rosalind Carter's funeral. And of all songs, they sang John Lennon's song, Imagine. Well, John Lennon was an ungodly reprobate, guys. People that are Christians and they want to praise the music of the Beatles, that man was as possessed as the demonic that was at when Jesus met him when he came off the Sea of Galilee. I mean, that man was an ungodly, unsaved person and was a communist in his thinking and anti-God. And that word and that song had the words of a anti-God, devilish song, and here they are. Jimmy Carter and his wife were supposed to be devout followers of Christ, and here they have the Garth Brooks and Trisha Yearwood singing at the funeral a song that promotes the devil himself. No wonder people are committing suicide when you are trying to think and being told by people that you're living in a world where there is no God. Well, God is plenty busy, and God is here, and God is doing the work in people's lives, and quit living your life on either side of this like God isn't real and that God can't meet your needs. He can meet your needs, and so trust Him and walk with Him. I'm telling you, both sides of this, all they're doing, all you got to do is follow the money. Follow the money. I'm telling you that just follow the money in all of this. You think about the guys on the right side of things. Who's the Mormon he's made millions and millions, and on his little radio talk show, and I can't remember his name, but he's going to tell you to hoard everything. Why? Well, Mormons have always taught that. He's just preaching his own religion. You know, you have Sean Hannity, same thing. You know, a lost goose out there in a hailstorm trying to tell you which way to go, and all he's doing is making money. He's happy to promote whatever. We saw that on every one of those characters on Fox News. Every one of them turned at some point in time, and they just go where the money's at. And we have all of these characters that people are listening to, and then they're getting themselves all worked up, and then they're getting terrified that they're going to be raided by all of these people and all of these things. And so they live in fear, they live in anxiety, they live with no hope, and they end up taking their lives. And where are we at as Christians today? We're so many are hating those who are on the other side of things of us, and not telling them about Christ, and not living in a godly fashion whatsoever. We got to get our hearts right and do the right thing here, and trust the Lord. And if it gets ornery and it gets bad, so be it. You know what? You get some thick hide, and you just keep preaching and teaching, and if we die, we die. What do they do? Threaten you with heaven? Come on, guys. I'm telling you, we need to. And look at this. I preached this last night on Wednesday night. You want a peaceful family, then teach your children how to honor and respect their own parents, right? And that's part of the wicked world today. There is no honor, and there is no obeying of the parents. And he says that, and this is where our society's at today too. Whoso robbeth his father or his mother, and saith, it is no transgression, the same is a companion of a destroyer. That, you know what, that's what we have today too. We have parents that haven't taught their children to respect any authority in their lives, and these kids are robbing their own parents blind and taking things that aren't theirs, and they'll get them one day if they just love and respect their parents. They'll end up inheriting that if they were to treat them with the respect that they have. But we have kids that are on a path of destruction because there is no honor to their parents, and they live at such an ungodly way. And you know what? People need us, okay? Our communities need us today. They need us to stand up and tell people, hey, here's the way to walk ye in it. And I'll show you how to do that. And we'll walk that way. And we'll encourage those along the way. And we'll have a heart of love for God, for his word, and for people. And tell them about Christ and walk with Christ as we should. Because I'm telling you, the day is coming that it is completely wicked what's taking place. Look at this. I was reading in Daniel 7, and this is the description of the Antichrist. And it says, the fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom upon earth, which shall be diverse from all kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, and shall tread it down, and break it in pieces. And the 10 horns out of this kingdom are 10 kings that shall arise, and another shall rise after them, and he shall be diverse from the first, and he shall subdue 3 kings, and he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until a time and times, and the dividing of times. But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion to consume and destroy it unto the end. And the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him. Millennial kingdom, okay? Hitherto is the end of the matter. As for me, Daniel, my cogitations much troubled me, and my countenance changed in me, but I kept the matter in my heart. And this is just a little forewarning. I mean, this is 1,000 years before Christ, almost 900 years before Christ, or no, I shouldn't say that. Sorry, I need to go back. I was thinking of David. So anyway, hundreds of years before Christ, and now we're talking at least 3,000 years since this has been given by Daniel, and it's coming. And we're looking at that in Revelation, and we're looking at at how the wickedness is going to be judged. And look, guys, however bad it gets, we need to understand that throughout all the years and throughout all the challenges that we've dealt with through all the generations, God has always taken care of his own. Always. I mean, we need to understand that and don't fall in love with all of the material possessions that we have. And you think, man, I've worked hard for those and I want to give them up. Well, you know what? One day you're going to give them up anyway. And so you're not taking them with you. And so don't fall in love with those things. Fall in love with the Lord, with his word, and with people. And tell them about Christ and reach out to them. And who knows what God can do before he comes if Christians will just get a hold of what God wants to do and just stay obedient to that, and walk with him. And God could change things and bring a revival that could stop what's coming, and he might extend time for other people to be saved. But we got to be serious about telling people about Jesus. It's limitless. Really is limitless who we can reach. And I keep thinking, sometimes in my own weak mind, I don't know how big to build our building, because how can it support so many people? But you know what you have to do? You just have to trust God and pray and seek God's face. And we just don't know what God can do if we would all, as believers today, just get serious about serving him. And let's reach people and let's go out doing that. Let's not teach people such a fear and an anxiety that leads to their own destruction and suicide, but let's show them that there's hope in Jesus and let him seek you out. And so let's keep telling them about Jesus and tell them about his love. And if they don't want to listen, so be it. We'll just move on and tell somebody else. I think it was pretty cool when you read about, Paul, there in Rome and right under the leaders, knows many of his own family member, Nero's family members were saved. So let's just keep telling people about Jesus. And if our day is up, so be it, right? Threaten us with heaven all they want to. Doesn't bring a fear to us. So God bless you guys. Let's have a great Thursday. Lord willing, be back on here tomorrow. But tell somebody about Jesus.